You know, I grew up at a time, you know, when I was in high school, people were getting drafted to go to Vietnam. People were, you know, civil rights, you know, I witnessed the President of the United States get murdered on television in front of the whole country, and we never found out exactly what happened to this day. You know, I saw Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Bobby Kennedy. You know, I saw all this incredible upheaval. I saw all the things that we thought were the stability and the basis of our life and our culture be totally uprooted without any, like, really explanation. And I saw people striving to make sense out of the world. And to me, I tried through politics, you know, especially the folk music scene was very much into that, of course. But even Bob Dylan, who was kind of the founder, you know, he totally rejected that role of being the political leader. You know, he just wanted to be a star and make money and sing music, and, you know. And, you know, the other people like Joan Baez and Pete Seeger and, you know, Richard Farina, you know, those people were a little more dedicated, and they inspired me to get involved politically. And I did for a while, but I kept seeing the political leaders becoming more and more kind of corrupt and, you know, not really, you know, they were about power. They weren't about real change. You know, and the people that were really about the change were getting killed. So music became more and more the way for me to deal with that. And, you know, a good example is, okay, A Love Supreme is still fairly a straight-ahead album, but it's a very beautiful album, and it's very free and high energy and emotional and spiritual. But then I remember one of the next albums I bought was Meditations. And I remember coming home, and I put that on. And, you know, by the end of the album, I was in tears, man. I couldn't believe it. I mean, that, you know, the music was just so I couldn't believe that you could do that with music. I said, wow, that speaks to my soul. That's what I feel more than anything I've ever felt in my life, you know. And, you know, it's interesting, really pushing the envelope. We talk, you know, Albert Ayler, of course, the great saxophone player, he said that Train was the father, Pharaoh was the son, and I'm the Holy Ghost, you know. So when I first heard Ayler's music, it actually kind of scared me. And, you know, and you have to realize, too, at this time in life, in the culture, a lot of things were happening spiritually, and the psychedelic things were happening, you know, and a lot of intense experiences, and the music was very much a part of that. And it was all coming together through ways of finding our existence, our meaning of life, our spirituality. And the music was what spoke to me, you know, more than anything. It's real, and the sound of the saxophone. And the interesting thing about Train is, I mean, you know, there's many, many sax players that I love, but I've never, ever listened to Coltrane's music and not been moved. I mean, no matter what, even listening to his old beginning recordings when he was like, you know, it's always something moving in it. You can hear every single time he played, he was trying to play beauty, you know, perfection. And that's been my inspiration every time, you know, even when I'm playing any neighborhood bar or a little gig somewhere, you know, I never put my horn in my mouth until I'm trying to create some kind of beauty like that.